Beauty will not come to save us if we have indulged ourselves in the dark world. Despite the tragic circumstances, this video will highlight the stories of some of the most beautiful women on death row who have faced the ultimate punishment. Number 1. Taylor Parker. Did you know Taylor Parker is an individual who currently resides on death row, awaiting execution for her terrifying crimes? Taylor faced a multitude of challenges from an early age, which shaped their character and set them on a dark path. The details of the crime are gruesome and difficult to comprehend, as Taylor showed a complete disregard for human life. The evidence against them was overwhelming, leaving no room for doubt. The victims who were giving statements were emotional, as the families of the victims mourned their losses and sought justice for their loved ones. Feeling goosebumps? The intensity of these crimes sent shockwaves through the community, leaving residents in a state of fear and uncertainty. When Parker was announced for the death row, Parker was a truly dangerous individual, with no regard for the sanctity of human life. As the execution date drew near, emotions ran high, with protests held both in support of and in opposition to the sentence. Taylor's life now hangs in the balance as they await. Confined to a small cell, Taylor's days are filled with a mixture of fear, remorse, and acceptance of their fate. The weight of their actions weighs heavily upon her, and as the execution date draws near, a sense of finality envelops their existence. Taylor reflects on their past, seeking solace or redemption in the face of an inevitable end. Number 2. Krista Pike. Her case captured media attention due to the horrifying nature of the offense and the level of violence involved. Krista, a petite and seemingly unassuming woman in her early 30s, had a troubled past marked by a series of unfortunate events and a tumultuous upbringing. Growing up in a poverty-stricken neighborhood, she faced constant hardships and lacked stability and support. As a result, she became entangled in a dangerous web of criminal activity at a young age, seeking solace and companionship in a local gang. Apart from these, the defense, however, painted a different picture, presenting Krista as a vulnerable individual who was herself a victim of circumstances and manipulation. They emphasized her troubled upbringing and the lack of a stable support system, arguing that she had been influenced and coerced into participating in the crime. Convicted of the brutal murder of a fellow student, her actions shocked the nation. Throughout her trial, it was revealed that Pike had orchestrated the gruesome killing, displaying a level of cruelty and disregard for human life that was both chilling and disturbing. Her sentencing to death row was met with public outrage and intense media. As her execution date approaches, she spends her days grappling with the weight of her actions. The harsh reality of her evokes a mixture of fear, regret, and contemplation as she reflects upon the choices that led her down this path. Number 3. Cynthia Kaufman. Cynthia Kaufman was a death row prisoner who was executed on a fateful day that marked the end of her journey through the criminal justice system. Growing up in a crime-ridden neighborhood, she fell victim to the harsh realities of her environment, eventually finding solace in a life of crime. Her involvement in a series of violent offenses, including armed robbery and murder, led to her arrest and subsequent trial, where she was sentenced to death. Despite her legal team's efforts to challenge the evidence and introduce doubt into the minds of the jury, Cynthia was found guilty and sentenced to death. Behind prison walls, Cynthia grappled with her impending fate, reflecting on the choices that had brought her to this point. In her final days, finding comfort in prayer and reconciling with her past. Moreover, you all will get more intrigued about the day when the execution day arrived. Her family, activists, and media gathered outside, each with their perspective on the morality of the act about to unfold. As the final moments approached, Cynthia displayed a mixture of fear, regret, and acceptance. The execution itself was carried out with precision and solemnity, marking the end of Cynthia's life and renewing discussions about the death penalty. The event, with its deep emotional impact on the families involved and the broader implications for society, leaves a lasting imprint on the nation grappling with questions of justice and the value of human life. Have you got enough intrigued by knowing how they go through? Well, it is time to wrap up our video. Hope you have loved our content. If so, let us know in the comments and click on our like button. Thank you for watching till the end.